Yeah, I want to go over a protocol that I think it's becoming more and more well known, but also when to take it. When would be the best time to take this protocol that's becoming more of a well known, easy anti-cancer protocol, and that is the baking soda and molasses or baking soda and maple syrup. Pure maple syrup, not corn syrup, pure maple syrup from the trees. And the protocol is basically this, but I'm going to say when to take it. That's what's going to be a little different about this video. Um, this is like 3 to 6 parts of molasses or pure maple syrup to 1 part baking soda. And how it works is baking soda is extremely alkaline. Cancer is very acidic. Cancer likes sugary stuff. Like this actually is very good to take anyway. Likes sugary stuff, so it grabs the sugary stuff more than normal cells. And then if it's mixed with baking soda, it basically becomes poisonous to the cancer, but not to normal cells, because cancer is very acidic and baking soda is very alkaline. Now, this baking soda, I also want to state that this has, the manufacturer has been written. I saw emails to the manufacturer, and they said it's just pure sodium bicarbonate, because some people say you have to get aluminum-free baking soda. Well, because what contains aluminum is baking powder, and Arm & Hammer doesn't contain baking. This is not baking powder, baking soda. It does not contain aluminum. You don't need to get some special health food store baking soda. That's not really true. But that's the simple protocol, and it's 3 to 6 parts of the sugary molasses with 1 part baking soda. You mix it in a little hot water, then you can add cold water to it after it's thoroughly mixed up, and then ice, and then drink it. Now, the best time to take it though is not when you're doing like real physical activity. Even it would actually be best to take it before you go to sleep. The reason being is the glucose will be sought out by the muscles. Even me, like say if I was moving my arms like this, not even that much, the glucose will be sought out by the muscles, and it'll take it away from where the cancer wants to get at it. In other words, and I found this out from like people who work in nuclear medicine. Like if they're doing a PET scan, it's not PET for pets, it stands for something else, but they'll put like a glucose and a radioactive material in the body. And the reason they use glucose is because the cancer gobbles it up. But they do not want the person to move around, because the glucose will be gobbled up by the muscles and not so much the cancer, so they won't get a good image, right? So similarly, when you take this, it'd be best to be, it'd be good time to take this before you're going to sleep, because say you had existing cancer in you, you're not moving your muscles, you're not really exerting all kinds of energy, and so the glucose is going to be going around with the baking soda mixed, and the cancer is going to get it. If you were doing it if you took this during extreme strenuous activity, it would not be as nearly as effective, because the glucose with the baking soda mixture is going to be going right to the muscles more. So I figured I'd pass that tip on, because actually it's a lot easier to take than, and say if you was going to go to sleep at night or something, you take a glass of this stuff, and it doesn't have to be extremely potent mixture. But the fact that you are resting, your muscles aren't using the glucose mixture that's mixed with baking soda. If you're resting, the cancer is going to grab it, and then guess what happens? Since it has baking soda in it, it's going to get clobbered. But if you were out doing all kinds of activities and things like that and using all your muscles, it's going to mainly burn up the molasses mixture with baking soda in your muscles and not get to the cancer as well. It will somewhat, but not as good. So I like to pass on that tip, because basically the best time to take this anti-cancer protocol is when you're going to be resting, because cancer likes to gobble up the sugary stuff, the glucose, and that it worked. The same type of principle works with like the imaging technology. They'll put glucose along with a lightly radioactive material in the glucose, and it'll get around the cancer. The cancer will be gobbling up this glucose, and when they use the imaging technology, nuclear medicine, what'll happen is they'll get a better image. But if you're very active before that time, the glucose with the radioactive material goes in your muscles, and it's not working on the cancer because it doesn't, it's being used for the muscles. So similarly, if you use this mixture against cancer, it's best to use it when it's resting. But considering the price, you can use it at any time. So I don't want to actually restrict anybody from using it, but it'd be probably best to take it before you go to sleep. And I think it'll be most effective then. Makes a lot of sense.